going on, everybody? We are back for episode 5 review of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So there's lots to talk about, but first, need my common gamer girl sister, of course.
Goedenavond.
What's up, sister?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Daphne. So, how did you sleep? Because you were on Robert's live stream along with Simone.
Yeah, I didn't sleep long enough, but I'm here.
Stabby Gabby in the house.
All right, let's bring in our host and sister, Simone.
Stabby Gabby, what you? I was dying to laugh.
It's a thing. I saw it up close on her own birthday. Want to talk about it, Gabby?
I don't know where that nickname came from, honestly.
Over Twitch fans.
We already got Kicker Comics in the house.
Oh, goedenavond, meneer.
Hello, my friend. All right.
Changing the subject, so it's personal.
So, episode 5. We're one episode away from finale, sadly. But so, how would you guys?
I'm glad it's about to be over.
Rate this one.
I think for me a 5. No, I think actually a 7.5 because I had high expectations, but then just like WandaVision, it's like let's take it back to the boat.
Yeah.
Born on a bayou.
That's actually what I was gonna say. 7.5 as well.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 6.
Great.
Because it was great, but it was more great at the beginning. So the opening, like the beginning scene, was amazing, and then it kind of like it was just steady, and then I was like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah, just kind of like
just near the end when
like in a bad way.
Yeah.
But
just near the end when Sam accepted his faith. That's when
finally, like, he's like, actually, yeah, I will have the shield.
Sean!
Hey, Sean. Yeah, so, but that fight scene in the beginning was so cool.
That's like the next level Stabby Gabby, yeah. Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
it was beautiful. I am Captain America. I was like, oh yes.
Just the amount of like intensity in the scene was great.
And the Hawkeye's arm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, Marvel, what's a bit gruesome for you? I said because on Disney, you think
they just ripped the shield off his arm and
the back as well, because like you know when they were with the shield in his back. Stabby Gabby, you caused something now. I think everyone's going to be calling you that now, Gabby.
Oh my gosh. Nobody else is here.
Brad, hey!
Yeah.
Macho man.
Oh my goodness. Everyone's here. So Well, I'll tell you to say. So Walker said he killed the guy because he had to. And
he was right.
But wasn't it Carly that killed him? Killed Lamar?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he knows it goddamn well. He's just, trying to justify his own actions. And I'm totally here for it. I would give him a shit list, like, hey, while you're at it.
I mean, we see in the beginning when he's running into the... I really don't know where it came from. Someone on Twitch started calling me
Twitch! It's when your daughter becomes second a bunch of times in a row. The anger comes out. Her Aries comes out. Or when she's at a very difficult level, and then you give her Twitch points to take off her glasses because you know she will have a hard time, and then suddenly she dies near the end. Are you happy now?
Oh my goodness.
That's stabby guy.
Oh my goodness. So, anyway. We'll talk about it after stream. So it was really crazy when Walker ripped Sam's wings off.
Yeah, that
It was just like and
Ooh, we're getting to know a different Gabby.
Gabby no one's seen before.
That's getting more interesting. I think we should have your mom.
All right, Mom, that's enough. Okay. So, I lost my whole train of thought.
These wings.
So, were there any other
wings,
parts
right?
that stuck out to you guys? Like,
come again?
Were there any other parts too that was stuck out for you guys?
Nothing. No.
The ending was the thing that stuck out for me. So when Bucky asked, he basically asked for Wakanda, so I asked him so he can have a favor, and then Sam gets like a briefcase, and he opens it. It doesn't show you what's in it, but I mean, I would like to
Captain
think.
America suit.
Well, yeah, but I would like to think that it's his wings as well, because I would like to see him with the shield, but also his wings too, like other wings, because obviously
like an
he's
eagle.
Yeah,
totally American. Like whenever he has a superhero landing with the Patriot drum thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Trumpet.
Oh, he was cool as well with what's he called, that lad? That when Sam give his old wings, what's he called?
Taurus. Taurus.
Oh yeah. So like he gave him like his wings. He's like, you can have them, and I was like, oh, he's gonna be like Falcon, and I was like, yeah, I can see that.
And then Sam's gonna be Cap.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I really like how they've done that.
I already hate it.
Oh, really?
Really? Please do tell.
But I don't know. I'm just fucking messing with you. No, that would be cool. I'm just so in my mind right now with Stabby Gabby. I constantly see the repeating thing where Gabby's just literally smashing her.
If you want to see that clip of me raging, go check out my Twitch channel. It's on there.
I'm gonna watch that after.
Don't do it. You'll be scared. You're like, Gabby? It's your twin sister.
Oh my gosh. So we also see Winter Soldier go to find Zemo, which he ends up being at the Sokovian Memorial.
Yeah, that was cool. That stood out. He just accepted his fate. He was ready to get shot by the Winter Soldier. Like, hey, I also scrapped my name off the book or off your list because, it's okay. I thought it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't actually shoot him. He just dropped all the bullets, like, on the ground.
That was a total Michael Bay 90s moment. Like the undershot and then slow motion. And
mm-hmm. That was cool.
Bad boys, bad boys.
So we have a new character that's introduced in this episode. And it's probably a character that not a lot of people know. But like when I first heard her say her name, I'm like, I've heard that name before. I just couldn't put my finger on it. But when I thought about it more, and also I looked her up. So
when I Googled her.
Yeah. She was actually in a one of the Secret Warriors comic run that I have. The one with Daisy Johnson and all of them. So it's Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, or Val. She introduces herself.
But you can only say it in your head.
So we don't really know at this point who she's working for. We just know that she told Walker that there's a lot of people that are that are very interested in you and think you're valuable. Which I'm like, is it Hydra? Is it someone else? Could be anybody.
It is interesting, especially at the end when he's like making his own shield. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really like that scene. And honestly, I actually really like the character that he's playing, because he's playing that character so well. Because he's not Captain America, but I just love he's a villain technically, and I like the character that he's playing. He's doing a really good job.
Yeah,
but is he really a villain?
Well, yeah, because he decapitates this dude's head off.
Yeah, but also governments do that. They just don't tell you about it. As he says in court, like, you made me who I am. It's not just, as in Captain America, just he did everything that the government wanted him to do. So
I do
he was
agree.
just really being a poster boy. So
mm-hmm.
I think the problem is America. No, just. I think he's more like the anti, however you say it, hero.
Anti-hero.
Mm. And now that I know that he's the son of Kurt Russell, I just constantly see it, especially when he's more how do I describe it? Shot from underneath, like from this part, like, damn, you look like your father.
He really does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He really does. But he's
a really good actor.
Yeah.
He's really good, and no one ever heard of him before, right? I haven't. And he was married
until now.
A chick. He used to be married to a chick with my name, so I'm like, the fuck? But then, if Kicker is watching, I read that that Dutch girl he was married with, she was from de Gehucht in Groningen. It's a factual Dutch thing that I had to throw out there. I don't even know. It's more like the ghetto. No. I'm kidding.
Oh, the scene it was hilarious on the boat with Sam and Bucky and his sister, and then it's just Sam. Like, I love him. He's so like, I love the actor. He's just, the way he speaks is just golden. Like, the one-liners, he's very quick to say stuff. Oh, and he was like, don't flirt on my sister. And like, he threatened him. Like, he's going to, like, chop him up and throw him overboard. And then, like, he literally smiled. And I was like, yes. And can I just say, I also loved, and I don't know if you've noticed, but all the way through the episode, well, not all the way, not the beginning, most way through the episode, how many times, you know, with Bucky, he actually smiled a lot in this episode. And I was like, oh, I really like that.
I don't like that. Because I thought
it was a nice twist.
I thought, in a way, they actually made him look like a pussy again, especially in the beginning. You know, like the previous episode, he's like really the Winter Soldier, and then now again, he's like the vibrating arm, like with some sparkles. I'm like, really? Is he turning into Jubilee now, just laying there?
And yeah, I do agree that, because I remember saying like a couple of weeks ago that the thing that I don't like with the MCU, what they're doing with him, is that because he's not the Winter Soldier and he's Bucky, that they're lessening him, as in his skills and how he is. And I'm like, yeah, he can kick ass and he needs to show that more. Yeah. And I think as Bucky, there's only sometimes that he shows it, but he is really portrayed as a quite weak sometimes, which I don't like.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something mentally that they change. You know, it's not that they alter the entire body when those Russian words are being sung to him. You know, like he should be a goddamn machine. You know, especially with his years and decades of experience. Like he should just literally just like knock the Captain America, the Johnny Walker guy, like he should just knock him out, just even if it's just with the Wakanda arm, you know. But instead, it's like, really, like Falcon Sam is almost overpowering Captain America, while you would assume it's going to be, you know, a Superboy with a magic Disney arm. No, it is broken. But the passive aggressive way that he rips the thing off the boat. When, when Sam is like trying to like, I love it.
And that comment that Sam made about like, why didn't you just use the metal arm? And Bucky's like, I don't always think about that first.
500 years later, and he's still not used to it. Love
it. So another interesting part about this episode is when Sam travels to Baltimore to see Isaiah. So they bring him back into the fold, and like that whole scene was
powerful.
Really, yeah, exactly.
It was what do you say, politically correct? I don't even know the words. You know, it's like it made so much sense, and it had to be said, especially when you have such an audience as us. Like, oh yeah, damn, like they don't want to see a black Captain America. It's like, yeah, that might be a thing, because especially when Sam was giving the shield, a lot of people were like flying over it, like, no. But then the one thing that changed his mind was when Isaiah was like, you know, but any self-respected black man would not become Captain America. I'm like, oh, are you telling this now to Dr. Sam Phil? You know, I like that, especially when his sister was like, is he getting like into your head especially with that sentence? No, because that actually really determined and motivated him to unfortunately finally become Captain America.
And that whole like training sequence with him with the shield, like throwing the shield against the trees and catching it and working out.
I like that, especially when he like had to duck and stuff, because you know with Steve it looks so easy. with Walker, you just see him doing that, and he grabs it, and like, wow, he does that. But then Sam's really struggling with it, and I like that. Like almost like he's human, right?
I mean, when you're thinking about it, it's a big metal shield coming at you, like at what, probably 40, 50 miles an hour.
How much is that in kilometers?
I don't know. Either way, it's really fast. So if you like miss it, then you're dead. But
yeah, Captain Headless, my dog.
Oh, because as well, I really like the scene in the warehouse, like after the fight when Bucky picked the shield up and then he gave it to Sam. Like, well, he didn't. He just threw it to Sam, basically. But like, yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, like the moment that he was like standing like a small pose, you're like, oh snap! But then he just like dropped it, like,
yeah, it was like, oh, so
take it, bitch.
And he's like, yeah, you can take it. But yeah. But I will say that I do want Sam to be, honestly, I don't want him to be the new Captain America because I feel like he should just have a different name, if that makes sense. Like, why does it have to be another Captain America? There's so many other superheroes, so there doesn't necessarily have to be another one. But like, I really want him to have the shield. So if he's gonna finally accept the shield, that's fine. But I still want him to be the Falcon. So I would like him to have his wings still.
Captain Falcon.
If that makes any sense. But yeah.
Captain Falcon.
Yeah, that's a good name. Yeah, I like that. But yeah.
It's also a video game character, but still, it would work.
It would work.
Why not? So how about Sharon? Like, she calls the French guy, and the French guy at the end shows up at the fuck is her name again? Morgenthau?
Yeah, Carly.
Yeah, that annoying girl. God, I really hate it. That's how good she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like her.
She becomes more like a terrorist. I love it. I'm like, you bitch.
Yeah, like, I noticed when she talks to Batroc on the phone, she's like, she offers him double than last time. I'm like, wait, what? I was just confused about that.
Yeah, like, is she the power
broker?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I like this one theory that I read online, how heroes always use an iPhone and non-heroes, they don't use an iPhone, and allegedly she doesn't use an iPhone. So based on that, she's supposed to be, I'm like, yeah, I don't have an iPhone either. Yeah.
I don't either.
So I'm the only hero.
Of course, over here, no iPhone, Stabby Gabby. Of course, she's the villain. The fantastic Stabby Gabby.
Yeah. So
superhero landing.
They the Flag Smashers are planning. Well, they're planning some sort of attack in New York City. They wanted to stop the GRC vote from happening, and that's where Batroc comes in with all those weapons. And the other guy says, "Are we really working with criminals now?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, he's really becoming more and more confused by Carly. Like, the fuck you doing, girl? Like, he sees her really changing into like therefore, I think it will have such a weak ending. Like, he will just like bitch slap her, and then it's like,
yeah,
he will be canceled, and then that's the end of the Flag Smashers, because cancel culture is already killing enough, right?
But then there's that scene earlier in the episode when Carly is like really upset when they go back to that camp that they were at, and she was like, how many people have been lost because of the government? And it's
Yeah, I mean, look at Captain America. He got messed up because of the government.
Yeah.
No, but she doesn't understand that she actually is one of the problems. Because she's turning into a Hydra, you know, like the way that they were like talking, like one world or whatever it is that they were saying in that building. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
One world order. Ooh. It's like, I just would love it more if they were like whispering, like, Illuminati confirmed. Yes. And then continue.
The Illuminati could happen.
I mean, I mean, we're gonna have a Wakanda baby soon because I'm pretty sure that Bucky will go back to Wakanda and he will impregnate some women there. It's either that one woman from Wakanda or it's going to be Sarah. Love is in the air. Or like the final episode, the first half will be about Bucky going back to New York to that Japanese guy to resolve the what the Sam said, you know. And then it's like the 10 minutes, or there's 10 minutes left, whereas the 7 minutes is just end credits, so there will be like 3 minutes of action, then it's like that's over. That's my prediction for
They just have a lot to cover in just one more episode.
You said the same about WandaVision, and it went so fast, and you still were left with questions. So they might just not even show the Japanese guy in the end, you know, like the missing person.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's kind of like I've noticed with the TV shows is that everybody is expecting answers instantly just from one season of a show, or and each one they're expecting big things to happen. But for me, especially with Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's not. I personally don't think anything huge is going to happen, other than maybe Sam becoming the new Captain America, and that's literally it. That's all I think is going to happen, because it's kind of like a, what's the word that you use for it? Like a filler episode, so it doesn't like a season that doesn't, it doesn't show much. It's just showing us what them characters are doing, you know, like until like the next TV shows that are coming out, and then the films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll probably get like 5-minute close-up shot of Sam with his new outfit.
Yeah.
And then cut to end credit.
And who knows when we'll see them again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Again, because I'm so done with them. Bucky is a weak ass puss.
But back to what that conversation between Sam and Bucky at the end, when Bucky apologized to Sam, which honestly I never thought he would ever apologize to anyone, especially Sam. But he apologized and said the shield was the closest thing he had to family, and when Sam retired it, he felt like he had lost everything and questioned himself. And then Sam goes and says he was avenging all those names on the list, but not amending his actions. So he's like, if you want to make amends, you got to do the work.
Yeah. Because it was more about self-healing rather than healing the other people.
Yeah. And then also, there's another thing that Sam said. He's like, you got to stop looking to other people to tell you who you are. And that was one of the more memorable quotes that he said, in my opinion.
because that was like the whole thing. That's how it all started with you know, the Rocky music and him running and
Yeah.
you know. But if we're gonna talk about, you know, all these people Bucky has hurt, how can he not hurt you with that arm? I was just waiting who was gonna smile first, and of course it was Simone. She's thinking about the fan art she created.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm back at that level again. I need to wear my glasses. Okay, IQ is rising. Yeah, this episode blows.
I mean, other than that, I don't really know what else.
What happened? Like, the boat is not going to be sold. Okay, that's resolved. One closure we have from episode 1.
They spent like half the episode trying to fix the boat, only not to sell it.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool because him and Sam and Bucky came closer because of it. But really? Like, I was so excited. Our episode, and it started off so good. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be another bang like the last one. And then I just want answers. I'm like, okay.
But is it kind of like, because it started off great and then it went down, that it's kind of the one episode that we have left? Is that just going to be up? I guess that's just going to be insane. And then it could end in a cliffhanger, kind of like WandaVision, where it's like, this is what they're going to be doing after the show, maybe, and stuff like that. But I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, with WandaVision, we had all these theories and everything and how it could end and everything. But with this show, I don't really know.
I don't even know where it's going. But Wanda was like, okay, this is like the one series. Now, well, we'll go into Doctor Strange as one thing. It was just, how is Wanda going to lose her mind? And, you know.
Yeah.
And then at one point, she's like, okay, we're no longer a family. Y'all got to go. You know, and she walks out of town. That's also, there was like, as we talked about before, like weeks ago, like it was kind of disappointing in a way. Because you had the 8th episode. It was just like, this episode is like going back and still leaving a lot of questions unanswered. And then you're like, yeah, but how the hell are you going to close all that up in one episode? And now it's the same thing. Like, was the power broke? What a flag smash? Well, okay, they can release or reveal all that in the last episode, but then it's going to be very rushed again, I think, unless it's going to be a dumb open ending and I'll be like flipping the get out of here.
We flipping a table. What?
I'll be flipping the bed.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have anger issues. I'm not stabbing you. The one thing I should not mention anymore.
Let's see. Getting back to that, Valentina Val, like, how do you think she's gonna play into all this? Because I heard that she's supposed to be in Black Widow.
Oh yeah, I heard the same thing. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
So, she also is supposed to be like a thing with Nick Fury, right? Like,
yeah, she was like in the comics. She was, they were involved. So at one point, she became the deputy director for SHIELD, and But then she also infiltrated Hydra and assumed the identity of Madam Hydra. So
at this point, I cannot really focus and care much about the character because I have no idea who she is and where they're gonna take her. Because of course that was the cameo people were talking about. Oh, there's gonna be a cameo, but of course I'm thinking of characters that I already know. Like, oh, maybe there's gonna be a Steve or something stupid like that, right? But
yeah,
then there's a whole new character. Like, yeah, that's cute, but I don't know where this is going. Oh, like he's supposed to pick up the phone when she's gonna call. Like, this is taking me back to 90s action movies, you know, like pick up the phone when I call you. I got a mission, you know. Okay, cool. Or like the label that looked like a label of clothing, right? It was like, but there's nothing on it. I'm like, oh my God, it's so dumb.
secret spy stuff.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Like you have to put like the candle wax on it, and then it reveals a message.
Or a black light or something.
Something stupid, but black light is very dangerous when you give that to a man. So let's not do that.
Because as well, with Sam and Bucky, do you think at the end of the next episode, that are going to stay as like them two, or are they just going to part ways and be like, right, bye?
They already parted ways. No, I think that they will be buddies.
Yeah.
Maybe not like a team, but more like if you ever need me, I'll be there. I'll be there.
I loved it when they were trying to describe themselves like we're co-workers or partners or just two guys that have a mutual friend that's gone.
They definitely need to get a room. That's what I was thinking. Let's get it off your chest. No, I think the thing Simone said with Taurus, you know, that he might become Falcon with the wings, and because they already cooperate. Because they already cooperate so well, especially when you think back of episode 1. Maybe, or is he going to be Moon Knight? No, I'm kidding. Because of him thinking that Steve might be on the moon. That's such a dumb joke. Yeah, I think that theory could possibly work, and Bucky going back to Wakanda and
that's what I think. So what I think is going to happen is Bucky is going to go to Wakanda. Sam is the Cap with the shield and wings because I want his wings as well. And then Torres to be the Falcon. Only because I've seen a picture from a comic book. I can't remember which one, but it literally had Falcon as Falcon, but I'm sure he was holding a shield and as well. And then it had like a smaller Falcon, like a kid Falcon next to him, like he's passed it on to him, and I thought that was really cool.
I think I've seen that before too.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was actually from a comic book or it was just like a piece of artwork that someone done.
From Tumblr. Does it still exist? Oh God, the time spent on Tumblr.
I don't know.
Yeah. But what is the raft? Or is that just like, oh, let's give it a cool name? Where Zemo is going like, oh yeah, we will bring him to the raft. I'm like, what is it?
The raft was the prison that they kept all the prisoners in Civil War. That's where they sent Bucky and Sam and Wanda.
They all escaped, so Zemo can escape any day of the week. Okay, cool.
Well, Steve broke them out.
Well, I mean, he will probably know a way to, you know.
The thing is, it's underwater too.
He will dance his way out of it, you know. He will. It's gonna be awesome.
I hope to see Zemo again.
I hope so too.
Yeah, because
he literally just
Loki
became like the actual like Zemo, like Baron Zemo that we like know from the comics. So I hope we see him again somehow.
I've actually never read him in a comic, but I really like him in because I thought he was just a nuisance in Civil War. I'm like, probably meaning that he did a good job, but but in this series, he became like the Loki, you know, like you're just instantly like, oh, I like this bad guy. Like I like his train of thought, and he was always talking the truth, and he accepted the truth. He knew his own truth, you know, like Bucky holding a gun to his head, like do it, you know, I accept my fate. And he also accepted his fate that the ladies of Wakanda showed up. He's like, ladies, and he walked ahead. He never struggled. That's why I think in the end he's going to be so cool if they do keep him around, and maybe in the future movie, hopefully the next, no. He breaks out or something stupid happening with a super soldier that, or maybe with Johnny Walker, that I have one final mission. But I think what do you two think? Like, are they going to kill off a character like Johnny Walker, or are they going to keep a character like Johnny Walker?
I think they're going to keep him. I think he's a character that is going to be in it for a while. Well, yeah, I think so. I would like to think so.
I'd
be interested. It'd be interesting if they
battle between him and the Punisher. Here I am back on the Punisher, but
that'd be an interesting one.
I think that the Punisher would agree with him in certain ways because he has the military background. I don't think the Punisher is directly traumatized, but it's because of what happened to his family that made him. But still, I think he'd be like, yeah, you did right by doing that, but what you did then, or just, just bring in the Punisher already. Why are we even having an MCU with no Punisher? Like, if they're gonna bring in the guy of Daredevil, Charlie Cox, and then bring in John Bernthal, whatever.
Yeah.
Please bring him in.
And I would really like to see Jessica Jones as well, like the actress that plays her, because I've recently just read a comic book of Jessica Jones, and I've never ever read anything of hers. And honestly, she's a very good character, and I'm really intrigued by her.
She's amazing.
I still have to dive into her. The way that Gabby described her, I think in an Instagram post, like I think you said, like, if you're into cussing and this and that, I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
my dream girl. I still have to read
she's awesome.
Do in life. But I did like the first season of Jessica Jones. That was so good. I thought the second was like, but that was so good. And she's pretty cool too.
Amazing.
Awesome. But first, the Punisher.
We just need to bring them all in.
Yeah.
I just want only the Punisher in the MCU. What if the Punisher killed off the MCU? Yes! Give me 12 movies with just him.
Punisher kills the Marvel Universe.
Yes. To infinity and beyond. Love it already.
All right. That's pretty much all I got. Unless you guys have anything else.
No, I think we pretty much all agreed from the beginning that this episode felt like a filler. It did have a good story, regarding Sam finally accepting his fate. Like as Simone said, it's about goddamn motherfucking time. Well, that's not really the words that she used, but it was close to it.
Exactly my word.
It's about time this cunt accepted his fate. That's what you said. With a really bad accent. I'm sorry. That was good. That was nice. That that was the final push. That that this is what Steve already saw back in the day when he gave him the shield. And
as well, the thing that is really annoying me about MCU, and I think that it was mentioned last week a little bit with like Spider-Man and Tony Stark, where he's basically Tony's bitch. And I find that, yeah. So
that I did say.
I don't know whether you noticed, but it's like every costume is either designed by Stark or Wakanda. I'm like, what, can nobody just make their own costumes anymore? And it's like, come on. Like, so then I was like, come on, be creative. Like, honestly, I want a scene with any superhero. Do you remember in the original Spider-Man when he's drawn out his costume? I want to see that. Yeah. I want to see somebody design their own costume from scratch.
Yeah. It's probably going to be one of those kids. They're going to do it. They're going to bring in the MCU. Also, when Isaiah, I just remember that when he was talking about, or Isaiah, I should say, when he was talking about the nurse, I thought that Rosario Dawson was going to be like knocking on the door. And I was like, oh, no, wait, we're talking about 50 years ago. It's like, there's only one nurse that does that. She declared me dead. I was like, okay, Rosario Dawson, here she is. I know. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. It's not really a memorable episode. I think the most memorable episode so far is, I think, 3, where Zemo's dancing. If that's 2 or 3, I don't know. And the previous one with the whole shield.
Yeah.
That was. Yeah, those are the 2 memorable ones for me so far. And I hope the last one is gonna.
Yeah. Hopefully the last one will blow our minds.
And that for once we really get to see, Bucky go full on, like Winter Soldier style that we've seen before, or glimpses of, like, come on. He should be able to, beat a bitch up whenever it's, and not be weak and have Sam almost win from what's his name, Johnny Walker. It's like, really? It's kind of sad that they still do that, but hopefully the next episode will resolve that.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. So I guess that's a wrap.
Yeah, you have short episodes and you have long episodes. Let's hope next week will be like a 3-hour episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a cool scene.
And there were some things that were nice on the boat.
There was also this scene when, when Sam was like, don't flirt with my sister, and he threatened him. And then literally straight after that, he was like, hi, Sarah. Like he was taunting Sam. Like, yeah, I don't care if you just threaten me. Hi, Sarah. That was hilarious.
Yeah, there's definitely the bromance going on. And,
yeah.
Yep.
Let's hope the final episode will Because they're already focusing way too much like on hyping up Loki. And that makes me kind of worried. I'm like, hey, we're still in the middle of Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
What is that?
Loki's not even until June.
Yeah, so that makes me slightly worried. Like, unless it's going to be a bang-a-lang episode. That makes me want to open the window and go, whoa! You know, like, did y'all see this?
All right. So I guess we will see you guys next week for the season finale, episode 6 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. 3 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to like and subscribe to all of our channels if you want.
You have to.
No pressure.
Just do it. Or the Punisher will come for you.
Well, actually, I thought after you said you have to, I thought you were going to be like, Gabby will stab you. That's what I thought you were going to say, honestly.
I was already in the other level, like the 18 plus, like I would not subscribe just so that the Punisher would come off, but stabby Gabby, that's even better. Gabby will come and stab you. Like, it's serious. She takes off her glasses. She will knock on your door and you'll open. She'll be like, are you happy now?
All right. Well, hope everyone has a good night. And we'll be back next week for episode 6.
Will we be back?
So, ciao, everybody.
Oh, okay. Ciao!